What's up? This is Mark Henninger behind the camera for Sound and Vision at CES 2024, and I'm here with Gary and Nick at the SVS booth, and they basically got the biggest news ever for the company, the Ultra Evolution series. This is the SVS Ultra replacement, and I don't even know what to say. I
The
mean,
SVS Ultra replacement. I don't know. I feel like we got to do better than that. What do we want to call this?
yeah.
This is a completely new flagship series of speakers for us that takes a lot of what we learned in our history about manufacturing speakers and creating audio excellence, but taking it in a new direction with a completely new ecosystem of how we're putting together and some really cool technology stories that are resonating far and wide here at CES.
I mean, I would say this is the culmination of SVS's journey, at least so far. It is our largest product launch ever, and it's also with 8 models. It's also our most momentous product launch ever, where we're really knocking on the door, we think, of some of the best speakers in the world. We're doing it in price ranges where that hasn't been done before. There's a lot of really exciting technologies. By the way, hey to our audience at Sound and Vision. Hello from Vegas. This is CES 2024. I'm Gary, that's Nick. And this is our Ultra Evolution Titan Tower, which is actually the second largest tower in the line. There's 3 towers, 2 bookshelves, our Ultra Elevation height effect speaker, our Ultra Evolution center channel speaker. So 8 models. We're very excited about this.
Yeah, so that was the ecosystem part. So this is going to take care of home theater needs, not just 2-channel, and it's a complete line of speakers.
Or the other way around, it's going to take care of 2-channel needs as well as home theater, because we definitely want to be in the conversation of high-end 2-channel speakers anywhere near our price range.
Right on. So tell me more about the technologies in here as we look at the speaker. Actually, what I want to do is show the viewers behind the speaker.
Nick will talk a little bit about that, because
Yeah, that's right.
dual opposing woofers, two arrays of dual opposing woofers, each in their own sub-cabinet, their own self-contained ported sub-cabinets, each one, and then the 2 mid-ranges that you can see on the front, and the tweeter, that's in its own sealed sub-cabinet. So basically 3 speakers in one larger cabinet. The technology stories, I'm going to tell 2 of them, and Nick is going to tell 1 more. This is acoustically centered time alignment. So it's a time aligned front baffle where the tweeter is recessed and it angles out to the 2 mid-ranges and the 2 woofers. It's acoustically centered as well because the tweeter is in between the 2 mid-ranges and the 2 woofers. Benefit is that spatially, we have essentially a point source, so you're getting the sound coming from a single point in space for the most part, and then because it's time aligned, we're also getting the sound of each driver to the listener at the exact instant in time. This creates a very convincing, believable, awesome sound stage, and also very refined rendering of the content. It's also sorry about all this noise. We're having a lot of fun. We're trying to energize a 2 million square foot facility here. So, and then this is an all new tweeter. This is our vapor misted diamond coated aluminum dome tweeter. It is the best tweeter we've ever worked with, our brand or any other. We're really excited about that. The breakup frequency is way beyond audibility, so it's effortless, airy, detailed, but never in your face. It is an extremely groundbreaking driver for us. And Nick, you want to talk about the dual opposing
Absolutely.
woofer
So
arrays?
you may have seen when Mark panned around to the back of the speaker, we actually have woofers on both the front baffle and on the rear panel as well. These are arranged in a force balanced array. So when you get those high excursion moments, you're really getting that deep room energizing bass. They're completely inert. They're not creating any vibrational energy that would transfer into the cabinet and create any sort of artifacts or noise artifacts. So you get that really robust, deep, room energizing bass, but with none of the concerns where you'll have cabinet resonance. And because there's 4 active drivers on each speaker, you have actually 8 woofers firing into all different parts of the room. So as I was saying, you can really clear out a lot of those room nodes and get just that room filling low frequency energy that really brings content to life in a way that no speaker has before in our lineup.
And I know if you add up the surface area of 4 of these drivers, they add up to one pretty large driver.
Absolutely. I mean, you could certainly pair these with a subwoofer, but I would say in a lot of scenarios you're not going to need to, because you're going to have just that, again, nice room-filling bass, but you're also going to hit down, almost to that 20 hertz level where it's beyond audibility and you're just feeling it. These things can really produce a lot of low-frequency energy, for even the most ardent bass heads.
Well, and I would say, to sort of pivot that a little bit, I would say the having 8 drivers in a pair of speakers aiming in different directions in the room, we're capable of creating authoritative bass without being overpowering bass. And the intent of the speaker is to deliver bass that is accurate and true to the content, and do it in any room whatsoever. And really, to wrap what the vision of this product, this is the culmination of our journey to bring really reference sound experiences to more people by bringing performance and technologies to price ranges where they just haven't been before. We think this is a really exemplary representation of that, and we're proud of it.
Yeah, I can see how many different technologies you've wrapped into this, and that really is, I know just from my experience reviewing systems, that if you have the more distributed drivers, then you're going to have less severe room modes, and then the room correction is going to have a less of a hard time making everything perfect. And so in many ways there are benefits, that because when room correction is working to fix it, it takes extra power to fix a dip. If you don't have as much of a dip, you don't need as much power to fix it. So you get more out of the overall system by just having, by basically addressing those problems the best way possible, which is through physics.
You said it better than we did, Mark. That was actually exactly right. We can, because we have that many points of delivery, we can control the experience and make it what it should be in any room, as opposed to trying to make up for deficiencies in room nodes by blasting you with too much bass, or sometimes not enough.
So availability later in Q1.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that, man.
Later in Q1, they're coming very, very soon. We're super excited about it right now, and we'll have 5 of the models right off the bat, and then there'll be 2 of the models coming a little bit after that. But look out for some details. The Sound and Vision audience will be the first to know when these guys are live.
And our price points, can we go through them?
Yeah. The Ultra Evolution Pinnacle, which is in the other room, is $5,000 a pair. These are the Ultra Evolution Titans. They're $4,000 a pair. Ultra Evolution Towers, $3,000 a pair. The Ultra Evolution Bookshelf is $12.99 a pair. The Ultra Evolution Nano, which is a smaller bookshelf, $8.99 a pair. We also have our Ultra Evolution,
Just Ultra Elevation.
I keep saying that. We didn't want to make people say Ultra Evolution Elevation, so there are Ultra Elevation, which has been that's probably the most requested speakers from the SVS community. They wanted a step up from our very popular Prime Elevation. Now they have it. And then our Ultra Evolution Center channel, which rounds out the lineup.
I'm going to go in there in a second to check it out, but so if you could say Ultra Evolution Elevation, you get a discount, right? Like,
Yeah, I certainly couldn't.
right on. All right, going in, checking out the big ones.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, thank you.